This is my 1,000-gallon koi pond in Central Florida. I am always concerned about water temperature, especially the water being too hot during the summer months. So I keep an old Therm Pro oven thermometer handy for testing the water temperature. It has very simple settings on the back, such as on, off, and timer, and you can set it between Celsius and Fahrenheit. There's also this little flip down stand. It even uses standard AAA batteries, which last a really long time because I can't even tell you how old this thermometer is, and this is the original battery. It even has a hook spot in case you need to hang it somewhere. Because of my special use of the thermometer, I don't need to use the preset temperatures. I like to set my own custom temperature. So this thermometer has the ability to set custom temperatures. When the set temp, drop it down to a number that's specific for your need. For my demonstration, I'm actually just going to take this probe and set it on the table, show you how hot this table is. And just like that, it alarms. There's also these preset settings for chicken and rare, ham, medium, pork, and well done. Many people say stop feeding your fish below 40 degrees water temperature and above 85 degrees in water temperature. One of the least expensive and easiest ways to measure the water temperature that I found is using my Therm Pro oven thermometer. Now, in fairness, my wife no longer uses this one in the kitchen. It's now moved out to the shed and stored for use in my pond. As far as durability, this has moved from being in the comfort of the kitchen drawer to staying in my storage shed year-round, cold and hot alike. So right now, the current temperature outside here in Central Florida is 102 degrees, and I'm really curious about what the water temp is for my fish. All right, let's dip the probe just below the water surface. So it's nice to see that the water temp near the surface is roughly 10 degrees cooler than the outside air. Okay, I moved over to the deep end of my pond, which is 3 feet deep. Lowering thermometer down. I've seen reports in many pond groups stating that the water temperature between the top of the water and the bottom at 3 feet deep should be drastically different. Over the years, I've never actually found that to be true, or at least not consistent. My water temperature does fluctuate very minorly, maybe because I'm consistently testing in the heat of the day. Right now it's 3:30 p.m. that I'm seeing the heat of the water go all the way through the water column. When it comes to water temperature, the size of your pond really does make a big difference. We were just looking at my large 1,000-gallon pond. Now I put the probe into my original small 125-gallon preformed pond, and I'm really feeling bad that there's anything living at the bottom of this small pond at the moment because the water is 102 degrees. That really is pushing an unsafe temperature. When I drop the thermometer all the way to the bottom, which is shaded by the lily pads, the temperature does drop by 3 degrees. That is a difference, but it's not enough that you would really want to keep your fish in this long term. If you are concerned about your pond water overheating, being too hot for your fish, one of the best things I found you can do is add more aeration. For my aeration, I use an Aquascape Pro air pump and a Rootscape aerator placed at the bottom of the pond. Combination of the two adds a lot of air bubbles into the column of water from the bottom of the pond up, causing a lot of ripples across the top. That stirring of the water really helps to add oxygenation to the pond. The other item I've added over the years is a pond fountain. This one is also filtering, but the main purpose is to create more oxygen through aeration by stirring up the water at the top, and you can see the bubbles that are coming from that. The other water feature I use is a waterfall. This is also connected to a water filtration pump. That is stirring up the water. You can see adding bubbles of various size along the top of the water. Throughout each corner of the pond, I am adding a fair amount of water movement, water flow. You can see the top of the water is always in motion. While the lily pads don't like that, it really helps to add oxygen to the pond. So if you're concerned about the pond water temperature, whether In heat, like I'm experiencing right now, or with cold, pull out your oven thermometer. In my case, my wife's old ThermPro oven thermometer, and use it for an accurate reading of your pond water temperature. One extra note, it is so hot while I'm filming this that my phone shut off because of overheating 3 times. Whether for your fish or for yourself, be safe in extreme heat. I hope this thermometer serves you for your purpose and need as well as it serves for me.